Hello everybody and welcome! My name is Ursa and it's not Civilization 6 today, we're back on Civilization 5. I have been meaning to come back to this game ever since we played CYP's Wide and Tall mod for Civilization 6. That mod was brilliant. It let us play China on a one city challenge. We made a huge city. It was just a total overhaul of how Civilization 6 treated tall buildings, and ever since we did that, all I could think about was Civilization 5, because Civilization 5 was the king of tall empires, and there can only be one tall empire. That's right, today we're going to be playing Venice. Venice. No settlers, no annexing cities, double trade routes, the king of the one city challenge. Let's go for a wonderful archipelago map. Standard size, 16 city-states, 8 players, and we're going to crank it up to Deity difficulty. Standard speed, in fact, let's have some fun. Let's crank this right up to 30 city-states, but otherwise we'll leave it as normal. Excellent. No changing colors in Civ 5. It's my favorite bit. Oh, but that was right, you can rename everything. Oh yeah, of course we're doing that. Get yourself settled, get yourself a drink, maybe a little snack. We're just going to jump straight in. But before we get started today, a quick update on something concerning. Here is Ursa. Ursa was unfairly expelled from Oxford University's Civ 6 program. Ursa now has 30,000 signatures, and with that, magical powers were bestowed upon him to see the invisible. And Ursa noticed something. An invisible, kind, helpful man. A man called Paul. Don't let Ursa be distracted by the terrible spy Paul. Help Ursa focus on Sankor. Will you subscribe today? Thank you, and back to the video. Right, what do we got this time? Hey, Tundra. Woohoo! What a start. 3 luxuries though. That's not too bad, including some wine. Delicious wine and a deer. It's not too bad. Yeah, sod it. We're just gonna go through it. Now our goal as Venice is to explore the map as quickly as we can. To do that, we'll need some boaties, which is a good thing because the granary is also a very good starting building as well as going towards the library. So pottery, into sailing, maybe into writing after that. We want to explore. We want to meet all of the city-states we can. We want to be best friends with them. Because here's the problem. Venice cannot produce settlers. Instead, it has a very weird, slightly convoluted system where you get instead merchants of Venice. Now, these are great merchants that can travel around the map and they can buy out city-states so that you then puppet them as extra cities. Civ 5 has a sort of quite interesting system where an annexed or a controlled city is kind of like one you would found, like my capital is currently one of those controlled 100% cities. But you can then also puppet a city. Now, every city you own gives you a science and a culture penalty. So you can see here, each city I own increases the policy costs of my civics by 10% and science by 5%. If I puppet a city, I still take the science penalty, but I don't take the culture penalty. So it's a good way of sort of having half ownership of cities. Problem with puppeted cities is you can't actually control them. They just start building random stuff, and let me tell you, it's never good. The merchants of Venice encourage you to take over city-states and then have them as extra puppeted cities. It gives you more places to send trade routes from. Trade routes equal food, they equal gold, and whilst you generally unlock trade routes through the tech tree and Venice gets double of them, so you're going to have a lot of these things, there'll only be so many places we can actually send our traders from. Venice has only got a certain amount of tile range. Having another trading post would mean an equally brilliant way of getting a bit more trade range into the world. It also means I could send food back to Venice. However, if I take over city-states, the problem is that I can't use those city-states to try and get a diplomacy victory, which is the main way through the World Congress that Venice is likely to win this, apart from a science victory, which Venice can do, but the production may be a little bit of an issue. So it's a balance. I want to control the city-states, but I don't want to take them over, but I also do. So what I'm thinking is we may do a little bit of warring, and we might puppet some of the enemy city-states, or to city-states. We'll turn them into city-states, regular cities. Let's just go for monument. I think that is a good start. Archipelago maps normally are pretty small. What's in here? 95 gold. You know what? I will take that. How much is gold worth on standard speed? Okay, we're going to need a little bit more before we can do anything, but that is certainly handy. The southern tip of our island is there. No more exploring in that direction. We'll head back north now. There's actually marble on the 4th tile of this island, or from my capital on a different island, so the city borders will eventually grow out there. It might just take a while. I didn't actually look at what tile I was working from the beginning of the game, but this 2-1 production tile, that's not too bad to be honest, and I'm aware I probably could have chosen a slightly better place to settle Venice. It's been a while since I've played Civ 5. I've forgotten the exact mechanics for which tiles are better to settle on than others. One thing I do remember though is that movement is an interesting thing in Civ 5. You can actually move on to difficult tiles like forests and hills as long as you've got some movement left. You don't need all of your movement like you do in Civ 6. Well, it doesn't look like we have any danger at the moment. No barbarians flooding us, very small amount of land mass. So I'm going to just suggest that we're never ever going to have a problem with barbs and go straight into a worker, and definitely not regret that immediately. What's in the goodie hut? 20 culture. That is actually really handy. So we've got a chunk of gold already and a chunk of culture. That means we can take our first civic. Remember I did a little comic about this? Loads of people didn't really get into Civ 6. They always liked Civ 5 because it was a lot more logical. Let me give you the true answer to that. Civ 5 is a lot more railroaded. Everyone picks tradition because it's the best. Yes, I know Liberty, you can play it. It is okay. And yes, you can open with piety if you want. And yes, I know there is a way of playing honor, but tradition is the best. There is a best way of playing Civ 5. It is undeniable. Anyway, from the monument, that's 2 culture. The palace gives me 1, and now opening tradition gives me 3. 6 culture per turn. We're going to go down to oligarchy very soon. There is pottery. I'm building a warrior, and by warrior, I of course mean worker. However, when I do get the worker out, there's going to be nothing immediately that I'm going to be able to do with them. Stone, I believe, requires masonry for a quarry, and then the deer and the furs both require trapping, which is beyond animal husbandry. So that might be a little bit of a problem. I can still put some farms down, which will give me a bit of food, which will help me to grow Venice out a little bit more. But I might need to think about getting some decent improvements unlocked with the warrior sooner rather than later. However, getting a trireme out, they're weak. But my word, they can explore. I still think that is the way to go. I believe, do I get a free optics? Merchant of Venice? I think I do. Yeah, that's right. Optics. Then I get my first Merchant of Venice. It's not something to rush, but it is useful. It would let my land units embark, which would mean that I could send armies across the sea and all that sort of stuff. Deity AI is unlikely to let me do much like that, but it's worth keeping an eye on it, certainly. Oh my lord, the frozen wastelands to the north of this island. It's a very long, stringy thing. It doesn't go any further north than that. All that means is that barbarians are going to form on the far south and far north of my island and just keep me penned in the whole game. Oligarchy's a bit of a waste, to be honest. It'll save me a little bit of gold if I put my warrior in the city, but otherwise, even legalism is going to be a bit of a waste. 3 culture building. We've already built my culture building. Until I unlock drama and poetry, I won't get an amphitheatre for 3, so yeah. Bit of a slow start with Venice, I won't lie. A pantheon has been founded. Ooh, food from camps. That's is a bit annoying. That could have been one I went for. Never mind. What do you reckon? Does this end, or have we got a little bit of land over to my right? Nope, no land over to my right. This is quite the small continent. Oh well, Venice will thrive. Venice will thrive. I'm going to leave my warrior in my city. It unfortunately might mean that barbarians spawn, but it would save me some gold per turn doing that. Don't know actually. 50-50 on that one. Wales on my 4th tile as well. So we actually have access to 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 separate luxuries from Venice. I mean, honestly, we couldn't have asked for a better start. That's not bad. And look, we're already beginning to work this 2 food tile over in that direction. So actually improving that farm, it's not a bad idea. Look at my gold per turn. I've currently got 1 per turn. Moving my warrior in means that I've got 2 per turn because oligarchy is saving me the unit cost. You basically pay maintenance not based on the unit, but how many units you've got in Civ 5. Always useful to remember that. I think the granary has to be absolutely the first thing that we go for here. I like 2 extra food. That means my capital will continue growing, but we can also see that the deer tile that we're working will gain an extra food as well. Perfect. There is sailing. We've unlocked our first 2 trade routes. It's a shame we haven't met anybody yet, but it's good to know anyway. 220 gold for my first boat. I will be able to afford one in about 30 turns. So that sort of start, everyone. I could force work that first tile. Wouldn't be the worst thing in the world, actually. I'm actually going to go animal husbandry to unlock camps nice and quick. I could now beeline into calendar, which would let me get the plantation here and there. Oh, that's quicker. That is quicker, but I'd quite like... No, we'll go calendar. We'll go calendar. Stoneworks is actually quite useful as well, because I do have a source of stone worked in the city, so that's wonderful. Someone's gone classical. Good for you. I'm pretty sure this won't give me a 3 building, or maybe it'll take the maintenance cost off the monument? I don't know. No, I think it'll just give me something 3 later. I forget these. People who like shiny things the most. That's Ursa. Great library on turn 24. Granary finished. Extra food. 2 extra food in the capital. Lovely stuff. There's no point getting a workboat out. I could get myself a boat to explore. I'm very quickly going to just dip into the shrine to get a pantheon. Is that worth it? No, I need to find someone to trade with. That's the priority here. Let's get a trireme out. There's calendar. 4 population. I don't know why it's not working this tile. Absolutely, I want 2 extra gold per turn, especially with the plantation. 5 turns to complete that, but that is a nice improvement. All right, as discussed before, animal husbandry into trapping now. Though I've got enough time to improve a lot of other stuff. So I'm going to go writing first. Actually getting a library up nice and quick. That is a really handy thing. That will give me an extra 50% science effectively. Another 2 from just population. And that will help me to unlock all of the other techs nice and quick. So I actually think it's better for me to have something to work in Venice. Very few things you can do when you're not pumping settlers out. Although I don't entirely know where I'd end up settling. Even if I could. Maybe I'd put a settle down on this hill down there to work as many fish as possible. Maybe on Miss Snow Tile to work that fish. I don't even know. Yeah, actually, no, that would be a good deer to work, wouldn't it? Not having era score is weird, though. It's like I built a boat. Give me era score. No? Is that not a thing? Oh, well. So the north of the map is there. I'm actually going to stay as near the equator as possible to hopefully go and meet somebody. Wine improved. Let's go and improve the cocoa. If you've never played Venice before, like any true one city challenge, it's basically just an experience in pain as you watch everywhere around you become amazing places to go and settle, whilst you can't. You just have to sort of wait and watch the world go by. Going for a shrine to try and pick up a pantheon nice and quick. First barb encampment found, full of archers, which will just pepper my boat very nicely, which I'm not looking forward to at all. Yep. That was a bit of damage. Okay, let's, I really want to go past them, but yeah, I'm going to have to go the other way to try and not get peppered. Next up in tradition, I've got a choice. Either I try and build wonders, which honestly, with my production, not a very good idea. Or I get myself a little bit of extra gold, 2 gold per turn. That's a huge bonus. Or we get a little bit of extra food. I'm going to go food. Population is king in Civ 5. There you go, went from 18 turns to grow to 5 turns to grow. And that's before we even start improving this sort of stuff. Oh, I can't put the plantation on because I need to clear the forest. That is a bit unfortunate. I totally forgot about that rule. Never mind. All right, we'll go make a farm over here whilst we wait. But yeah, I need mining as quickly as possible. Is it mining that lets me chop down forest? It is. Okay, that shouldn't be too bad. Well, the shrine is now giving me an extra faith per turn. Now we can go immediately for the library, but this is the question. The boat is cheaper to buy, so actually, yeah, I'm going to put the production into the library and just buy myself a boat. I think that's the best thing to do. And let's go and get mining. Parthenon has been built. Parthenon's quite far into the tree, isn't that? Drama and poetry. Yeah, it is. Wow, I forgot how quickly the AI went for that wonder. That's pretty brutal. One of the tradition strategies is to try and rush hanging gardens. 6 food in your capital is a big deal, and it is very tempting to go for that. I am thinking about trying to go that way. Oh, Zulu. Hello. They literally have a boat just outside my land. Nice to meet you. Let's accept embassies. Would you like my wine? They will give me 7 gold per turn for wine. I actually don't need the happiness right now. So yeah, sell it. Sell everything you can. Up to 10 gold per turn. Lovely stuff. It's always worth keeping an eye now on the demographics tab. You can see Zulu has the most population and the most soldiers. I have 12,000 soldiers. He has 38,000. Okay, that's not too bad. I only have 1 boat and a warrior, so hopefully that means they don't have a huge amount. Good thing for me as well is that Venice only has 1 tile into the coast, so attacking it, more problematic than you might think. Japan. Hello, Japan. Nice to meet you. Let's do an embassy. Ideally, I want to play nice. I want to play nice with as many people as I can. You can see they're both to my south. Kyoto is sort of to the southeast, and Zulu is directly south of me. So the first thing I really want to do is forge a Parthic line so I can get a trader to and from their lands. Then we can send some trade routes and we can be nice and happy. Just going to purchase myself a second trireme. As I say, we want to keep my army as high as I can so that the AI is as least likely as possible to declare war on me. Let's go animal husbandry into trapping. 6 pop, by the way. I'm fairly happy with that. That's not too bad. And the city of Manila. Now, Manila is a maritime city-state. That gives me food if I befriend it. This is my favorite type of city-state. They're really, really good for Venice because if you own them all, then you can get some serious food growth in your nation. Patronage is the tree that I'm very much going to be looking to go down, trying to befriend city-states, degrading influence with them slower, getting more gold gifts, getting science from them, getting happiness from them, having better gold deals. It's really good. So there's Tokyo, and I think I've now got a consistent route through to Kyoto. There is a trade route available now between Venice and Manila, but I want to get a trade route going with Japan as quickly as I can. Oh dear, I am not very literate. That's the number of texts you've researched. I've got 7, Japan's on 15. We're used to that, it's deity difficulty. Oh, that's right. If I leave a unit in a city-state's borders, it gets unhappy with me. Now I remember. And I've discovered a source of horse. Oh, it's under the farm. It's always under the farm. Honestly, it was a meme in Civ 6. It's still a meme in Civ 5. It just is. So the cargo ship is what I need to trade overseas on the ocean. So again, we're keeping an eye on trade route over these. I would like to get a bit more than 5 gold per turn from a trader. I mean, it's okay. But it's not crazy levels here. So I'm going to build one more trireme. As I say, I just don't want to fall behind on army. I really, really don't. And as you can see, I'm still in 8th position. So yeah, getting myself as many boats as possible is a really good idea. Melbourne, Mercantile, that is a happiness city-state. So again, good to know that. Jerusalem gives you a little bit of extra faith. A religious city-state. There'll be a lot on the map, so we're going to keep an eye on these. We need to befriend as many of them as we can if we want to get anywhere near a victory. Well, gold makes gold. We can only put it off for so long. Let's get a cargo ship going. Statue of Zeus and Terracotta Army. What's going on in this game? It's all the way up in construction. Japan, can you just do me a favor and chill? Well, there's trapping. I would now like, I believe, to pick up hanging gardens as quick as I can. Although optics would let me get a lighthouse. That's quite useful. Let's get optics first, then we'll go for mathematics. But yeah, we're looking to get as much as we can, and just anything that gives me more naval ability, a bit more gold. It's all good stuff, really. Oh, I've got my next luxury, and there's the Huns. Hello. Let's do an embassy. Do I give this away? They're not going to give me anything. No. If you run out of happiness, your city stops growing, and I do want Venice to continue growing. Population is so important. Here is Attila, by the way. They're just over to my right. I have some very, very scary people. Very scary people right next to me. I'm not entirely sure I like this. It's not good. Okay, a pantheon, however, that's good. That's a nice thing to see. Well, it would be, but I don't remember what any of the pantheons do. Oh no. I'm always mighty tempted by God King on a one-city playthrough. Just having one of extra resource of everything. Culture, faith, gold, production, science. It's actually quite nice. 1 culture from plantations means I'd get 2 extra culture. Goddess of the festivals would give me an extra faith and a culture from the wine. Not huge. All of the camp pantheons and the ones that apply to deers, I believe those are gone. That is a bit annoying because I was kind of hoping to use a little bit of extra food on something. Sun god was banana, citrus, and wheat. Don't really have any of that. It does feel a little bit steady as she go, but I'm tempted to go oral tradition for 1 culture on plantations. Yeah, I could probably do better, but at least I'm working those 2 tiles already. So I've gone from 6 culture to 8 culture. That's a big boost. Helps me to get through the early civic tree. I don't mind that. That's not a bad option for me. Byzantium, oh, awkward. We're Byzantium. I think that means I'm better than you? That's how it works, right? Oh, yeah, I'm really tempted to trade for some more gold, but I can't. Oh, Mount Sinai. Oh, that's a little bit of extra happiness. Yeah, I'm going to do it. I'm going to trade away my luxury for another 7 gold per turn. It's the consistent rate, but the quicker I get gold in, the quicker I can get more trade routes in. Having that extra natural wonder means I can just tick over to 7 pop, a little bit more happiness. That's fine. That's fine. I'm going to get some happiness from the tradition tree very soon as well, so I don't mind how that played out, actually. It's not too bad. Japan wants to go for Byzantium. I don't mind that, but no, I have no interest. I'm sorry. I'm a trader. I'm a lover. Also, Attila says they're friendly towards me. I have memories in this game. That's a bad move. Oh, they can actually get to me from the north as well. Interesting. Has that unlocked another trade route option for me, though? No, I've still only got the one trade route available. I'm really hoping, by the way, that I will get more trade route potential, especially if people start settling over in this direction. But, oh man, if only I'd settled on the other side of the island, then I'd be able to trade with all of these civs. Although I'd have more, defensive issues. But you win some, you lose some. Ormus, another food city-state. Lovely. Morocco, nice to meet you. Oh, yes, there is incense. They want 8 gold per turn for it. No. That seems like an awful lot. I'm giving people embassies, by the way, because it just makes them like you a little bit more. Plus, I can see where they are on the map. Just helps me to work this out. There is optics. There is the classical era. Now, my merchant of Venice. I could construct a customs house in my territory that would improve the luxury and give me something that would give me 4 gold per turn permanently. I tend to think that's not worth it until you upgrade them later into the game. I can buy a city-state. That would remove the city-state from the game and give me another puppeted territory. However, as I mentioned before, I almost want to take territories from the AI instead of doing that. I mean, look at all these cities. I could just puppet Attila and take, Attila's great. Tends to focus very heavily on army, but tends to focus on a land army, not necessarily a navy. So the other option is that I go and conduct a trade mission. This gives me a huge chunk of gold and improves relations with the city-state. What I'm going to do is I'm going to double this up and try and take over Manila. I'll get some relationship with them. That'll give me a boost. Then I'll get some gold, and then I'll be able to give gold to Manila to take them over. They are currently temporarily more effective to gold gifts, which is lovely. If I can get about 500 gold together, I'll get 70 influence, and then not only will I get gems, but I'll get an awful lot of extra food into Venice, and that is going to help. So yeah, you know what? This is exactly what I'm going to do. We're going to go and try and go to Manila. I'm not going to take it over. This is probably not a very clever way, by the way, of playing Venice. I appreciate I'm trying to do this quite ambitiously and look at war as a way of puppeting rather than actually using my merchants of Venice. I don't know if it's the most efficient way of doing it. It's certainly crazy. Oh, look, it is just Barb Island. Look at that. Just desert and archers. Nothing else. Kathmandu. Hello. Good to meet you. Again, I'm just looking for trading opportunities. Establish a trade route. Oh, it's literally just one trade route I can do right now to Manila. I need to increase the range of my trade routes, and I need to do that fast. 6 gold per turn, though. I'm on 13, and it would take me to 19, so I'll take it. That is not a bad little upgrade. Oh, my merchant is so quick. Love it. So compass is what I need later into the game to extend the range of sea trade routes. Interesting. I'm in a harbour and compass as well. Oh, I think, are those the only things that increase it? I'm having to actually remember things. Land-based ones are caravassaries. That's horseback riding, and then harbours. Yeah, no, we've got a little bit of time to wait. So maybe even taking over a city-state wouldn't be a bad idea. Now, I'll stick to my guns for now. Getting a lighthouse means that I'd get +1 food in all of my sea tiles. That turns them into 2 food rather than 1 food. Just makes them workable. And then this fish would be an extra food and an extra production if it's improved. I mean, yeah, that would make that fish a very good tile. But I've only got the 1 fish here. I'm not going to rush a lighthouse. Instead, I'm going to go for a second worker. My 7 pop means that I'm currently working a couple of tiles in Venice that haven't been improved, and I don't like that. I feel like that is a waste. There are the furs. We can continue to grow. Lovely. However, as discussed before, Manila might be able to help me here. So, as I've mentioned before, I could just buy this city-state and use it to trade with. I don't think that's what I want to do, however. Instead, I'm going to conduct a trade mission. That will increase my relationship with Manila by 60, which is huge. That would be enough to become an ally with them if Japan hadn't already grabbed them, but I'm still going to do it. I also get 800 gold. Oh my lord, that is massive. Bam. Means I've now got 1,000. Means I can do 2 things. I can go to Manila, give them a gift of 250 gold for 30 more influence. That takes me to 90 and surpasses Japan. Now, as you can see right now, I'm receiving 2 food extra per turn into my capital. That is very, very handy. But by making them going from friends to an ally, we'll just give them the aforementioned gold like so. They are now my ally, and I now get 3 food from them, which is pretty nice as well. Now, Ormus, I am tempted to make this my second city-state. this would do the same thing. It would give me access to some cotton as well as some horses. They are hostile, which is a little bit annoying. Hostile city-states mean that they degrade faster, but I mean, it would give me some more food. Sod it though. 70 influence is that's still easy enough to do. Bam. Like that. Another 4 happiness, and we've gained ourselves an extra 3 food into the capital. So Venice is now growing mighty quickly, which is a lovely thing to see. Still have 300 gold. I could use it to get a workboat, another trireme, actually to build the warrior, but I'm actually going to just keep it for a second. Let's do that. Oh, and actually I need to improve the horses quick to unlock a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff I need to do, but that gives me confidence that Venice is now going to be able to continue growing. Japan will actually buy my furs, which I can now sell. I don't have any luxuries because I'm just getting too many, but yeah, we've pushed our gold per turn now all the way up to 31. That's lovely to see. Oh, I got the We Love the King Day. I got a food growth bonus. Yay! Good thing about using city-states, that 25% extra. Oh, nice. +1 gold and -1 unhappiness for every 2 citizens in the capital. That's just a little bit of extra gold, up to 35 now. We just want to finish tradition as quick as we can and then pop right over to patronage. Oopsie, I accidentally declared war on this city-state by moving my unit into them. Luckily I managed to reverse it, but they're very angry with me now. Oh dear. I forgot how easy misclicks on Civ 5 are. That's frightening. The wheel. Lovely stuff, but I've got 500 gold now, and I'm going to do the same to Mogadishu. Again, another maritime city-state here. Neutral, I should be able to take them over. I mean, I guess Quebec has less time left on it. Quebec is hostile. Oh, dear, Quebec. But, hey, look, that's my third. That is my third. Find on map. There it is. Lovely stuff. Another 3 food per turn coming into Venice. I'm getting 13 food from this tile. That's 9 from city-states now. Lovely. Looking good. Getting Hanging Gardens. We'll go Masonry first, and then we'll go Hanging Gardens and see if we can actually pick it up. Hopefully, enough that the AI hasn't gone tradition, we might be able to just nip in. Look, this is what I mean. No, I don't want to declare war on people. Stop giving me that option. The second worker is now done. Excellent. How's my masonry coming along? It's getting there slowly. We'll continue working things for now. Still, this is my problem. The actual start location I've got has no trade routes available whatsoever, which is a real problem for me, but we'll just have to work through that. Let's get the watermill next. Probably use a couple more boats, to be fair. We'll get the watermill just for a little bit of extra production in my capital. Nope, Hanging Gardens are already gone. They've already gone. Okay, that's fine. We were just far too slow on that, but it's Deity for you. Not a problem. We're using city-states, we should be able to get, when we're already getting more of the benefit of Hanging Gardens just by existing. So there's positives here. I'm not too sad about this. Oh, almost though, hostile city-state, it is slipping away from me. 250 gold in order to get that one back. Siam, hello, lovely to meet you. Just some horses. Give me 2 gold per turn for some horses. I don't really need them, so yeah, have some horses. Yay! Oh, that's right. I can declare that I'm protecting city-states, and then they like me a little bit more. Or like the default rises a little bit, doesn't it? Resting point increases by 5. It's not that much. And it just becomes a problem when I then refuse to protect them because the AI is attacking them. Yeah, now I remember why I didn't used to do it. Yeah, because otherwise I just end up getting like into all kinds of wars continually. Mathematics is useless to me now, by the way. I don't need it anymore. Let's instead go for philosophy to get the National College, 3 extra science and then 50% extra science on top. That'll make Venice much more scientific. We'll get the quarry going. We've got the watermill going. We've got a camp going. We're doing our best to make Venice an absolute unit of a city. We'll see if we can keep going with that. We're still meeting city-states as well. There's 30 of them on the map. We shouldn't have a problem with that. Tell you what though, until we get more traders, this is just increasingly going to become very annoying. El Dorado. Oh, nice. People with the pointiest sticks, not me. Oh, no. I do not have a pointy stick at all. Attila's gone very, very low on army, though. Let's remember that. I do start to make my own army. Circus gives me a bit of happiness. I guess that's okay. Walls is good for defense, I guess. A lighthouse is okay. Stoneworks is kind of really what I'm looking for here, but let's get another try. I need to try and keep making army. I can't forget about that. Byzantium and Japan. It's the second time we've gone to war, actually. They do share an island. That's probably not good for anyone. Nice and lazy start of the game, to be fair. Not much going on, just very casually building up strength, finding city-states, exploring around the map. There's a lot of city-states here, actually. It's looking nice, but Venice is now 10 population, which is looking rather wonderful. Still can't send any cargo ships out, but we're now 10 population. What I'm going to do is I was focusing on food city-states, which are quite good. I'm actually going to beeline now to try and get a couple of cultured city-states, because they will give me a lot of culture per turn when I don't have very much coming in, only 8 coming in per turn at the moment. That would help hugely. Let me just get through the civic tree of social policy trees a little bit more, get into patronage, finish that off nicely. I've almost finished tradition, actually, not far off that one. I'll get 15% extra growth in my capital, as well as having a free aqueduct. I think aqueducts mean that I keep population when I get a level. Or sorry, when my city grows. What is it? 40% of food is carried over. Yeah, that's very handy when you've only got the one city. As philosophy, I'm actually tempted to go just straight towards compass, to be fair. I don't know why I wouldn't. So yeah, we're going to go towards compass. If I can unlock my Great Galleass, which is my unique Venetian boat. 2 range, 20 combat strength, very powerful, very early. Not only do I do that, but I unlock the harbour, I unlock better trade routes. I'm still very tempted to go for Attila. Look at all of these very attackable cities on the coast. It is very, very tempting just to build up a bit of a flotilla and just say, go on then. What you gonna do? You gonna stop me? You gonna stop Ursa? I didn't think so. Are these city-states at war? Looks like they may be. No, they're just messing around, killing each other, as you do. Up to 18 production though. That's a lot better than it was. Let me tell you, am I working any on improved towers? Yes, I am working on improved towers. Let's just keep doing this. I think 2 builders is all we really need. Worried we might need a little bit more, but no. For now, this is all good. I like that. Hong Kong is going to reward the person with the most culture. You have 96. The winning person currently has 982. Don't think we're going to win that one, surprisingly. Now up to 20 production. Well, better get the National College done quickly. This is something I really, really wish was in Civ 6. You have these special buildings. You can only build one in your empire, like little national wonders, but you have to then have the requisite building in all of your cities. So this one is if you've got a library in all of your cities, you can build a National College. I like that. The more cities you've got, the harder it is to build it. Favors tall empires. One of the many reasons why Civ 5 was better at having like very small empire in terms of sort of head count, but very large population. Okay, saved up 500 gold now, and Buenos Aires I think is probably going to be the target for me here. Annoyingly, I think Brussels is what I was going to go for, but it's just been stolen. Can't bother to fight that fight. I don't think I could actually give enough gold to even take it. No, so Hong Kong it is. No, Buenos Aires it is. Yep, that's... Oh, it's hostile. Oh, they're all hostile. Never mind. 500 gold, 70 influence. Allies with them. I've gone from 8 culture per turn. This is giving me 6, so I've now gone to 14. Yeah, that really is a huge culture boost. Oh no, that's a barbarian galley just floating around here. I do not like that being around. I need to protect my trade route. Where is it at the moment? It's sailing somewhere. Oh, it's actually in my capital. That's fine. That's good. It means it hasn't been pillaged. 10 gold per turn on this trade route at the moment. Yep, we'll keep that going, but to make sure this barbarian galley doesn't kill it. Drama and poetry, well, that means we can build our first set of culture buildings, which is always very fun. The National College is still being finished. The Writers Guild, yeah, it's good if I want to throw specialists towards culture. I don't know if I necessarily do at this stage, but we'll work that out. So I do, I really, really want. I would love to start generating some merchant points, which I can't do until I unlock currency and mints, I believe. Markets, I should say, whichever the one's merchant slots, yeah, but compass is causing me to go to the top of my tech tree, but I've got 19 science. It'll go to 22, then hopefully to 33 with the National College. I mean, trying to work it out. Yeah, look at that, 33. That's awesome. Well, that's boosted towards compass. It's shaved about 10 turns off it. That's really nice. Oh, losing grip on all of my city-states. It's fine. It's very early in the game. It's what's going to happen. Aristocracy. We finished tradition. There we go. Extra growth. Extra aqueduct. Oh, Venice will be very nice. Although, actually, I've just lost a bunch of my food and my culture, so that's no good. Oh, it's Russia, the last civ. Okay, we'll send you an embassy. That's all looking good. We met everyone though. Thirds for gold per turn. I mean, yep, these are all deals I would love to renew. 36 gold per turn is okay. I could be so much higher. I've got 3 trade routes I'm not using at the moment, and that's burning a hole in my pocket. It's actually my first workboat. Got to buy a towel, which is rubbish because I don't like spending gold on that sort of thing. But look at that. 5 food and 1 production on a single tile. My only fish that I can work. So it had better be worth it. Medieval era. I am so far behind everyone else when I get into the medieval era, but that's okay. I don't mind. We're 11 turns away from the compass, from the Great Galleass, from the harbour, from everything. Everything that we could ever need. A spy has been recruited. Okay, spies are really, really good to take over city-states in this game. You pick a target, somewhere that you really, really want, like Byblos would be brilliant. Over you go. Move to Byblos. We can go and start rigging city-state elections. I don't need to protect myself at all. It's absolutely fine. The national epic gives me a couple more great people points, which isn't that useful, but it's another culture per turn, which is great because I need to get my social policies up as fast as I physically can. And I think Writers Guild, weirdly enough, this is actually something I do want. Although I think building a couple boats right now as a priority is what I need to do. I need to make sure I've got a little bit of an army because, yeah, I am still so keen to attack and take over Genghis. Sorry, not Genghis, Attila. Attila. Oh, my boat apparently can get attacked by a hand axe. I mean, what a throw from the people on the land. Just hurling an axe into the sea and somehow scuttling a boat. That's quite impressive. All of these wonders being completed. I don't feel like I'm in this game at all for the wonders. I just don't even get the choice. That's okay. We don't mind that. Still building triremes. Always have more. Always have more. Always have a defensive army. Do not let your defenses down. Don't be bottom of the soldiers like I am. Here's compass. Okay, 2 more trade routes, longer trade routes, and a galleass and harbor. I mean, there's a lot of cool stuff here. And as you can see, some very good trade routes. There's actually quite a few that give me over 5 science per turn. So getting the trade routes out now is an absolute priority. I'll start working cargo ships. We're going to see how quickly we can get this sort of stuff out. It's looking good. Now we need to just backfill some of the techs that I've missed along the way. We'll go bronze working to start with, then horseback riding, construction, and then we'll go towards currency. All the wonders are still being built, but look, every time we get a population, we get a chunk more science. 38 to 40 there as we go up. No, I don't want to declare war on... Keeps asking me to declare war on people. It's like, no. So there are lots of options here, okay? Exploration is all about movement for naval units. You get extra sight as well. That is very, very handy. Production in coastal cities, wonderful. Happiness for harbors and stuff. Admirals, East India Company. There's a lot of good stuff here. However, commerce also very good. Better for trade routes. I mean, that's land trade routes, admittedly, but great merchants being earned faster and then being able to buy great merchants with faith in the industrial era. That's very handy as well. Patronage is what we're going to go for, however. Even having influence degrading 25% slower, that's a big deal to open. And then we can increase influence with all city-states by 20. That's really good. Gold gifts, 25% more effective. But yeah, all of it is looking lovely. Rolling the turn forward, and then we have another cargo ship. Excellent. Have a look at all of these deals we can do. 17 gold per turn and 6 science per turn. Yes, this is exactly the sort of deal we want. Oh yeah, that's massive. So we need to get all of my traders rocking to start with. Then we'll worry about an army. One thing at a time. My gold, I think I'm going to save up my gold until I have the next policy, the next thing. Actually, do we save it for both consulates and philanthropy? Might want both, to be fair. Are we working our great people slots as well? Did we ever build that? And we didn't build the Writers Guild. I don't even know what's going on. Okay, fine. Well, I'll spend some gold on cargo ships. Then I will go into getting army. Yes, there we go. I was after a friendship with Japan. They are my neighbors. They are a really, really good trade ally. They're also most likely to help me declare war on Attila. So that is really, really handy. And I think I will trade with Attila for now. I might regret that later. Actually, that's Tokyo that I can trade with. But yeah, we'll continue to trade with everyone for now. Normally, it's 100 science by turn 100. That was what I always used to remember from Civ 5. Not this time. Oh, is that a caravel they've got? They've got a Hunnic caravel. Oh my lord, that's all the way up here. gone and bypassed. Okay, the Great Galleasses are still strong, but Attila does have a navy now. That's not good. I'm still least on navy. And luckily for me, my ally has a huge navy. More trade routes, more science per turn. Yep, send it to Attila's court. I don't remember. In Civ 5, do you get to keep your cargo ship after you declare war on someone? I don't actually know. This could be a bit of a miscalculation. Oh well, we'll smile and wave. Smile and wave. Oh, Alhambra makes their capital a lot stronger. Am I regretting this idea? I don't know. We'll work that out as we get there. Oh, I know what I want. What was it? Workshop. Yeah, loads of extra production. That's what I wanted. And then I think is the iron works after that for a huge chunk of production in the city. Byblos selection is rigged. Yay! It's the first time it's done that. Where is Byblos? Didn't give me a huge amount. It gave me 20 to send them a huge chunk of gold if we can help it. That would be very, very handy. Got some whales though into my nation. That's a lovely thing. Got even more trade routes now. Even more. Oh, each one is just, yeah, massively increasing my gold per turn. I'm taking a few turns just to make sure this all sort of goes up at the moment. We'll get a market going and I'll get a harbour, but I think it's worth just taking my time in this early stage to get the economy before we go to war. Iron working. So I can just pledge to protect Hong Kong, right? There you go. That gave me some happiness with them. That's good. That's good. There's a lot of fun stuff that we can do right now. Save it. I'm just saving my gold gifts up. Oh, yep. Furs. Actually, we're going to refuse that briefly because somebody wanted it. Mogadishu wanted furs in my nation, so we're going to just let that one tick over. Come on, market. Give me something good. Give me something good. We're on 76 gold per turn. There you get Mogadishu connected up. That's looking nice. Yeah, it's a decent chunk of gold, but I need to manual specialist control. I need to get our merchant working. It's a little bit more gold per turn. It's those great merchants. Those are the ones we want. Buy in a harbour now. It just extends my trade route capacity a little bit more now. We can spread out to... Oh yeah, look at this. It's a lot of good deals on the table now. Attila is plotting against me. Sounds about right. Luckily for me, Japan has a massive, massive fleet. We like that. Another cargo ship. Amazing. Highest gold. Yes. I don't mind giving Japan a little bit of extra gold per turn. That's 18. That's big. That's a big number. All right, I'm going to use my gold to buy more cargo ships now. In the meantime, we're going to get the Great Galleass out. Although I think the barracks works on boats. I'd like to think it works on boats. I don't know if I've got that right. Let me know if I've got that one wrong. Like, there's a lot of stuff in this game that I'm sort of thinking, like, I don't entirely remember how that worked, but it feels good. More trade routes. Excellent. Yeah, another 18 gold per turn. Another bunch of science. I lose science as I tech up. The more techs the AI has over me that I don't have, that's what that's all based on. 140 gold per turn though. Suddenly that's looking a lot nicer, and I can get the East India Company now. Just encourages people to trade with me. I don't know how many trade routes are actually going to me. None at the moment. That should change, hopefully. The World Congress is founded. I discovered every civilization in the world. What are you talking about? Make a proposal. I can still propose something though, which is quite fun. I'm going to put scholars in residence up. That's quite handy. That means I can get tech faster if someone else has it, which is quite good. Don't have much tech. I'd like to borrow everyone else's, please. Japan has taken over so many city-states. Bogota, Melbourne. I don't like this. Don't like this at all. Yeah, I'm gonna have to get serious about building a navy now. There you go. Philanthropy is what we've been saving up for. We can now start throwing gold at city-states much more effectively. Mogadishu, you very much want a gift, don't you? Yes, give a gift. 80 influence. How much more do I need? Yep, that'll win this city-state for me. Perfect. We're going to start just taking these over now. Never giving them up. Each turn is just a very careful analysis of who we think we need to take. I'm going to actually try and get the cultural city-states next. 50 influence for 500 gold. That's fine. I can do this every 3 turns at the moment, which is wonderful. But that actually just takes my culture gift from 6 to 12 per turn. That's a huge amount of culture for me. Hey, a Great Galleass. Wonderful. This is my unique unit. They're very slow, but they can shoot reasonably well against land units, naval units. Oh, which is the best one? I've got to go for naval units. Just supreme dominance over the ocean is the best thing for me to do right now, I think. Oh, Japan is really on top of Manila here. 87 influence with them. Blimey. I wonder if I need to move my spy to Manila. I think I do. Start trying to work there. I reckon Japan spy might already be in that city-state. That might explain a lot. There is education. Okay, good to know. We're still cranking out boats. I'm not producing them particularly quickly, I must say, but I am producing them. There's a lot of stuff I need. A huge amount of stuff I need. We're going to have to get the ironworks. I need to just keep improving Venice, but my gold supply is doing well. I just don't have quite enough to do as much as I'd like to. I think navigation we're going to have to go towards now. That would help extra production from the sea, but also unlocking frigates, privateers, and on the way, the caravel. Japan going to settle on my island? I mean, ultimately, it is the lot of Venice having that happen all the time. No, they're not. They're not choosing to do that. That's okay. People who smile the most. Not me. I only have 16 smiles across my entire empire. 19 pop capital, though. I don't know the biggest city on the map. There's a lot of 17s, a lot of 18s. Yeah, the AIO has a very similar level to me, but no, Venice is doing okay. I managed to rig the election of Manila. Oh, that's good. It increases me, but it also decreases Japan's influence. So it's a good double up, that one. The ironworks are now finished. Excellent. Excellent. I'm having to actually build infrastructure in my capital at the moment. My gold, I'm just torn. Just torn between launching this all-out strike and trying to keep friends with all the city-states. But I might just let that one play out for a little bit. I think, for now, we're going to just keep building the army. My gold is going to be producing more of these galleasses. I've got 3 of them now. Doesn't sound like a lot, but I don't think I'll need too many. I reckon I'll probably need about 7 or 8 to start taking cities. So even if we just take the one city, there's no loyalty in this game. No loyalty at all. So it doesn't matter the populations. Like even Nagoya, if I take this city, that'll be amazing. Merchant of Venice. Yay. Again, I'm going to do that thing. I'm not going to use them to take over a city-state. I want to keep as many city-states in the game as possible. And that will involve me going to war later in the game with all of my allies. But we're not thinking about that right now. Will I be the first city to population 20? Don't know if we will, but there's a lot of 19 population cities, so we'll take it. Still growing in 7 turns. Nice growth. Really nice growth. The university is now finished. We could build Oxford University. I always forget it's in every game. Flippin' university. Why? Every time. 1,000 gold and friendship with Manila. It's just too good. I have to. I know. I could take it over, but I'm not going to. Japan is still in charge of a city-state, but it will be rigged in a second, so that won't last. Luckily. And finally, a very special shout-out goes to Glorious Petra, Matthew Wilkinson, Paul Coffey, Portland, Scott Stratton, Major King Kong, Davalex, Skeptical Bear, Alex Noob, Cinnamon Beard, Petra Ryan, Matthew Hatch, Rom88, Radiatore, Private Selection, Genoa Salami, Boyzoro, Callum Billy, Garrett Gowan, Polar Beret, El Truant, Creston, RB Hedged, Mushkin Mandletort, Esri Dax, Deeble Time, Shoelace, Burial, I'm Daft, Gooberman, Clint Hennis, Dr. Bobby, Polar Wallabear, Mixomatosis, NTG Golfman, Victor McPupster. Thank you everyone for your support. See you all in the next video. Goodbye!